Hello, person with a dog.
Hi, it's me,
Hi.
Ayla Osborne's mom.
Hi. What are you doing?
Now doing 100,000 things tonight. So,
What? 100,000?
yeah, I'm currently driving, but I'm about to park.
Well, good. Don't drive and do this. Hey, I'm going to be recording this. So at some point,
Awesome.
if you want, then I can send it out to people. So you might not want your face showing on everybody's screen at some point.
No, that's perfect. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. And yell out if you have any questions, though.
Okay, thank you.
And the first part of the meeting will start in about 5 minutes because people are just coming in.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You know we're from.
I am. You're gonna want to. Eat contest. Yeah, and I have an 85. And I have this.
All right. You ready to get close to test, Corey? It's all right. You're lying. It's fine. That's fine. Okay, people walk in, they have to bring them a chair. How's that?
Okay.
Oh my God, you can sit right by the door.
I know, I'll sit there and hold the door open. You want?
From in here. The late people have to sit in the front. That's how that works, people. Smile while you're doing that. I would say there's a seat back there, but that might be too close to you know who. You want to go? Do you have a parent with you though? No, you should sit with your parent. Okay, then yes, you. I don't know if you want to sit back. Leave the seat, yes. So just sit, yeah, just put it right here. We're good, right here. Front row. These are the front row. In case I have to, don't block my path to my thing. Because you never know when I have to run over here and do something.
I'm sure it's strong.
Yeah. We got 2 pages tonight. One is the. What is it? And the reason I don't have hers. Oh, will you grab chairs from next door and bring them in? Thank you. All right. It's not going to be your purse either. They're the same page. Oh my God. Oh, sure. And for this amazing group, thank you for grabbing chairs. You just got like front seats at the movie theater. Right? You both have the same idea at the same time. That's so fun. All right, who gives it back there? Man. Pass this back to the right. Yeah, and you can right here too, in front of them. I do. I like that. Where do you go? Where are you going? Like, there's no room back there. Where are you going? Yeah, you guys are front row. That's what happens. Yep, coming in. Yep, and don't crowd me. Jeez, people. Here, it's for you. How are you? You? How are you? I was thinking it's. Oh. Because I have plenty of people as you go. Grab a chair from next door and bring it. Yeah, thank you.
You get to move every time people come in.
I will. This chair.
That chair you can do it. Don't try to use this table. These things.
Oh, I'm putting my passport information on the website, and I forgot my papers in the car, so I'll go get those after.
You're almost there.
I know.
You've almost followed all the rules. You guys know how hard it is.
I was technically the hot one at first.
Say again.
Technically, like, I didn't know it was a long email, it was just a big misunderstanding.
All your problems.
Totally.
She had.
Good.
I did too.
Yeah, give it to
Yes. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's do this. I'll turn off the beautiful music. If you were all appreciating, I know. I can find the beautiful music. Oh, yeah. All righty. Just for the record, so everyone knows, I am recording, so don't say anything stupid. Because everyone at home will hear, okay? Hi, everyone at home. I remember how we used to teach just like all in one spot in the front of the room so that oh my God, it's so horrible. Well, welcome. Here we are. Normally I would have one more trip meeting after this, but I will be out of the country, so we will not be doing that. So things like a flight schedule that I don't have yet, I will be emailing out. Things like the hotel schedule that I don't have yet, I will be emailing out. So email is key for you students to be watching, okay? And so is WhatsApp. If you don't have your notifications turned on for that, I would start doing that because that's going to be an important way for me to communicate also. All right, we're going to do this bingo board game. So get ready, students. You are leaving the room to go into the hall. You've got to find people for signatures for as many boxes until you get a bingo, okay? Just for the record, I'm not sure what the prize is yet, but there will be a prize. Okay, so put everything down where you are. Grab a pencil or pen if you have one. If not, there's some right here. And take a bingo board. And you can only have 2 people sign it. Try to get people you don't know. Goal is to meet someone today. Okay. Hope all the pens work and stuff. Because of course no one brings it. You can, the blue one, not the purple one, because I chew on it. All right. Remember, you're on video. Okay. We'll let it go. Don't try to sneak it. We're just gonna hope not.
I could just.
Oh, this is not a true one. Oh,
Those are bad.
yeah. I'm right here. Give me a minute.
I know.
For your phone.
Yeah.
All of that.
It's big.
Clear enough.
They're very clear. If they're still very clear, so.
Oh.
Sign it. Middle and last name there. You know.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
No, don't
hear anything.
Yours. Are you gonna be a doctor? Is that? So you can never read that. Take a pen and pencil and give people signatures, see who, many forget. Please go, please go. Hey. No, I'm glad you did.
Riley is. She's still on that stage. My mom is like.
Oh. Signatures for you. Okay, while we have them gone, is it awkward? Yeah. Okay, go to what? That is not good. All your stuff. Sure, just don't shoot me. Okay, don't put it in your mouth. I know you wanted to. Hey, while they're all out in the hallway, I will take any passport copies that you have or money that you have. Actually, will you walk around with me and do this? Yes, okay, because I see some up here on the ground. Yes, if you had them last time, I didn't need them again. I should have said that. I don't know why, in my head, it's very obvious. And in the real world, it was not very obvious.
I should really.
No, there's so many people. I should have. Thank you and thank you. Oh, yeah, I can do that. How do we go? Yeah. Yeah. It should be. You just did?
It's good.
Yeah. Bonus to the scam artist that knew it was coming through. Okay, so these.
Oh, my goodness, thank you.
No. So. Tuesday. What's that? Yep, yep. Some of these I have.
How many things have we done today?
That's my phone number, last four. Yes. Ma'am. Who won? Yeah, of course you did. Get your mom a granola bar.
I already, thank you.
Keep going. I got you though. I got you. Oh my gosh. Are there any questions that I might not cover on this that are like in your head right now? Because I'm going to cover a lot, but yes. No, but in the future, that I told her don't try to sneak in. Any other good questions? Yes, if you already signed the passport in pen, because many students, how many do you think students didn't sign their passports yet?
So there's just a handful.
Okay, and then in there's like a couple more. So if you, like, here's the picture on your passport, right above it is a line. You have to sign that in pen, first, middle, last. And then you go back like 6 pages and in pencil, fill in your address and phone number and stuff. So otherwise, it's not legal. And what happens is we get there and then we can't find a pen and then it's a disaster. So it's just a, yes. Yeah. Yes, it's right above the picture. Yeah. Big question, big question. What's that?
For all those.
You're done. So I thought you got rid, you would see it.
Just give me money.
I already, here's mine. I just,
All right.
this is what she's making for her trip. And then my phone number, and then she just. And then the back, she put it on screen. Then the back cheaper. With her cricket.
Maybe she's doing.
And she's doing, oh, is she?
No.
No, she's doing it for the whole other trip. Hi, everyone online. Yep.
Well.
Yeah, it's not. Their policy. They don't.
I'm not worried.
Maybe staying out here because it's nice and cool. Not worried. The directions are at the top of the page. Nice. That's amazing. I don't know where I just put the top of my. Oh. Oh, that's. You can, absolutely. He's the one, he's the other one. Sorry.
Oh, wait, no.
Wait, you're not Griffin. Yep. All right. If you want to put a chair, bring it over. I don't know where I put my lid, and now I'm really sad. I know that doesn't matter to anyone else, but. Okay, well, we'll start as my pen dries out. So welcome, you guys. We are so close. We are like 60-ish. I think 60 might even be the actual number today of what they think they're going to do. I should get, notice at the top it says July ? That should be to me in the next like week or so, what they'll actually tell me, these are for sure your days, and here are your flight arrangements. So I get kind of excited about that because then I can start signing up for I forgot this last period, all the frequent flyer miles. So once we know the airline carrier, then we will be able to sign up for, United Mileage Plus miles or whatever it is. So I will send out a really cool looking flight itinerary for you and the hotel itinerary to you when I get it. And then it will also be on your eftours.com account. Super cool. And then we can know what the question marks are. This board is a trouble causer. Many of you today Venmoed me, and so I have your money. But if you didn't, and you just hand me checks, I will get those in sometime this week. But the $130 will be much appreciated by probably Chris Alfaro will be our guide, and that is like my guy that we saw in the video last time. So super excited. If you did not, okay, so here it says Mrs. Allen. That's a mistake. That should say Ford. They teach across from each other.
Maybe it should say Miss Ellen.
And maybe I should
Take
leave
myself out
you.
over
I'm
here.
taking you out and putting her in. So 2 copies of the passports had to go to her. She's in charge of that. Scan it and send one to your email. Okay, that's very good for us to have a second copy of it for just, bless you, in case. Just in case what? Just in case you leave it by the pool. Just in case you leave it in front of you on the plane. Just in case you leave it in the bathroom at DIA and now we're all screwed. So make sure that you have that, and that will hopefully be nothing that ever happens and we don't need it. Okay. Sign the passports. We just talked about that. And that's good. So we have no luggage tag people. And I had said that I was thinking I might be able to do it. But Miss, what's her face? What's her name? Miss Allen is making these really cool ones for my other trip. And I don't know if no one in here is like crafty. You will. It can look like anything. This is just an example. This has the school address on it and my phone number, and then every kid's name is going to go at the top of it. And on the back, she's putting an airplane with charger head on it. That has never been done before. It does not have to be like this. It can be something way more simple. Are you in? Okay, there we go. Yay! We have luggage tags. Yeah. So you will, okay, stay in order. So luggage tags. You won't get those until we get to the airport. And what we want to do is one for every backpack and one for every suitcase. Not that she's listening to me right now, but in just a second. So we'll need 88 of them. 88. Okay, 88. She's listening. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, here we go. So much to do tonight. This is a long packing list. So I'm not quite sure how to do this. So I'm going to just do like this, pass it to your right. This the price is right. 2 of these, 1, 2. And all right, I'm going to just do this. Make sure. Hey, I'm not one person, one per family. Okay, one per family. Here we go. Middle group, the best group ever. Okay, here we go. Packing. I'm going to give you dose so that you can mark them off as we go pack. All right, now who does not have it? Packing list will be sent to you in your email. Pass this behind you. You did not have yours. All right, who do I still got? One back here. Here's one for you. And you, one. Smas, are we good? Are we good? Are you trying to hurt me? Okay. She's not really trying to hurt me. Jeez, would you? What? Okay, paso. Tonight there is Golf has their banquet, like track had their banquet. Soccer had their playoff game, girls soccer. Boys baseball had their game, but we're done with that now until Saturday. There's a choir concert going on. All of that planned after I pick the day. Okay, so I don't know how we get to that. So, all right, you guys can have a suitcase that's this tall. People in line, this tall, okay? One suitcase that's this tall. And you can have a backpack, like school backpack size. And if you want to bring a purse, you can. That's up to you, okay? That's what you can bring. You cannot bring 2 suitcases. You could check this bag, or you could bring a smaller one and bring it on the plane if you worry about people losing your luggage and whatnot. I prefer that we just check them and not worry about them, because we will stop somewhere on the East Coast, and if you have to be, with your bag everywhere, it's just not as much fun. And suitcases are something that you never leave alone, right? And you don't even, like, you can say, hey, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. You guys watch my bag? And you think, yeah. And you leave it, and then they forget they're really watching your bag, and you come back and your bag's just sitting there, and you're like, oh my God, that was their job. Well, it's not really their job, so just you gotta think, what bag do you want to haul around? Which bag do you want to carry on little pieces of wood that are made for your feet, all the way to the little cabins that we're gonna be staying in, while watching for snakes and stuff like that. So you gotta think, how big does this bag need to be? So there's no one else that's gonna carry your bag. It's just you. Okay, so think about that when you're doing it. How much can an international bag weigh? Come on, anybody? 50, you're close, 50. 50 pounds, and then between 50 and 65, it costs you like another $75. You cannot pay that. I need them to be not 50 pounds, okay? I need them to be able to fit underneath our bus in a really neat order, so that the 44 of us on our little bus, that we all fit on there, and that we don't have to bring the suitcases up and take seats, because there are no more seats, right? I got the biggest bus that we could get, 45 people, so it's us 44 and the tour guide, and the bus driver obviously has his own seat. Well, I'm gonna drive. I didn't tell you guys that. I am a bus driver. I will be driving us around Costa Rica. So, just kidding, but 50-pound bag. Are you kind of glad right now? I'm right. You didn't sign up for that. Ford's out. I'm gonna change it back to Alan. Okay. Okay. So, things that you need to think about is when it says comfortable walking shoes. I walk almost everywhere in my flip-flops. I love to live in flip-flops. It's my thing. Probably because I have size 11 shoes and they just look big, but I don't know. And I like people to look at my second toe because it's so long. And that has 3 parts to it. Yeah, it's kind of confusing. But you do need tennis shoes to walk through the jungle, okay? We will walk through the jungle at night when the snakes are out, because they don't like, it's not because it's night they're in bed or something, right? So most of the snakes that hang out on the floor of the jungle at night, their mouths do not open wide enough to get over top of your tennis shoe. They're smaller mouthed creatures. So if you have tennis shoes on, you're great, okay? If you have tennis shoes on and you step in ants, less biting, right? So you want to have tennis shoes. You want to have shoes like my flip-flops that you can wear on the beach, right? And you want to have, I sent it out in the WhatsApp, so hopefully you're getting your notifications from that, that you want something that's a closed shoe for rafting, okay? So they are like $10 at Big 5. You want a closed shoe because of the rocks, because of everything shoe related with rafting, okay? Anybody have questions just about shoes? Yeah. Crocs. I don't know that Crocs for rafting. I think they will fall off.
Even in like the defense ones.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they will fall off. Yeah.
Is it like
Wavy.
I'm like,
Yeah. Class 5 double life jacket. If they seal, do they have closed toes in the front? No. Those are okay for me for other times. Tevas are good shoes. I like Tevas. because of rocks. Because if you split your toe open and I have to go to the doctor because you didn't buy closed-toed shoes for rafting, this is gonna be my face. Really? So yes, I actually, you're gonna be the one doing the stitching, right, this year?
Yes, I got a new sewing kit.
Nice, nice.
Pink thread for
Pink
everyone.
thread for the roof. All right, shirts and appropriate tank top. Appropriate means I don't want to see parts you I don't want to see. Okay. We do not need, this is not your show off myself trip. This is just that I'm very comfortable in a tank top shirts. Okay. Socks are good. One pair of high socks because we are, we are not going, you can cross that out. The high socks. No, you can't because we are going on that tour. So we will put on boots that come up to your knees, the rubber boots, because we will through the mud and you will get marks across the back. You'll wear your leg raw if you don't have tall socks. Okay, so tall socks it is. Tall socks for everybody. And you can leave those socks behind if you want. You don't have to bring them home if you just bring them for once. Or you can bring them all the way home and they'll be muddy. Okay, either way to do that. Yes, I prefer you wear underwear, but that's up to you too. This is what we're not doing. We are not horseback riding. The company that does it was not being nice to their horses. So that part is not happening. Oh, thank you. Yes. And that was not on your tour. I knew that before I made the tour. I forgot to take off the back vest. Pajamas are good. Bathing suits. Some people bring two. Some people bring one. But you have to not get in without one on. A nicer little outfit, like a little summer skirt, like that skirt, but little dress thing. Guys, you don't have to wear, you can wear like nice shorts and a nice shirt. Okay? They could wear skirts.
Okay.
Yes, that's okay. You want a raincoat and a poncho. It's going to rain. I hate rain. It's going to rain. It's going to rain hard on us. You'll have your backpack on. So some people really prefer to have a poncho because then you can put a poncho on and it covers your backpack. I don't know why my voice is doing this. Lightweight jacket that could be like a zip up type. Okay. At night it will be chilly, and during the day it will be. You will not be tan by the time we get to the beach. Costa Rica is known for beaches and whatnot, but we will be in the middle of the country, in the mountains, in the rainforest. So you are not going to get tan until we get to the beach towards the very end, which is purposely put there because you will all get, where's our sunburn? Right there. We don't even know. When you're studying, I think you know because like this.
It's a straight line.
No, it's like, no, it's not. It's like this.
This one.
See, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. So we're going to be doing that. So sweatshirt, towel. The towel is for you to have if you want to go to the beach. They don't really like, the hotels don't really like us to take their towels to the beach. And so you need to probably bring a towel, okay? Small one. You don't need to do too much with that. T-shirts to not burn on the raft or kayak, and also to not get your all the skin rubbed off from the life jackets. Okay, so you wear a t-shirt underneath that. Clean outfit on the ride home in a Ziploc bag. I don't know where my voice is going. It's
You
back.
left it in the last.
Oh my
meeting.
gosh, I did. We will all, I think we talked about this last time, we will all smell, so it's very wise for us to put on a nice outfit to get back on the plane to come home. It's kind to everybody on our plane. Okay. And a drawstring backpack for hikes. So the great part about this trip versus one to say Europe is in the middle of the jungle, there are not pickpocketers. We do not have to worry about that. We worry about pickpocketers on the beach and we worry about pickpocketers in the capital. But other than that, everywhere we're going, no one's going to be like trying to get money out of our backpacks or to steal our phones or anything like that. So that's a great part about this trip. Okay. And then all this stuff, toiletries, right? Just for the record, you do not have to bring this much shampoo, right? They can be the little things of shampoo. And if you want, you can plan with the people who are in your room. I'm going to bring shampoo. You bring two, I'll bring two, we're done, right? You could totally share that. thing. All this stuff, looking down here, medications. If you have allergies or you have your asthma or you have any of the things that you wrote on the back of the cards at the last meeting, telling me what your illnesses are or what medications you take on a daily, you need to have them in the actual container. So don't like put them in something that's really nice for traveling. That's nice if you're going to the Holiday Inn in St. Louis because no one's going to look at your stuff. But we're going through security and TSA and all that. So we need all your stuff in the actual containers that it came in. If you think this is a medication that if I lose it, I won't do well, you should bring an extra prescription from your doctor so that we could walk into a pharmacy in Costa Rica, they could see it and then give us the medication. Okay. Anybody have questions about medications? We are not going to be in charge of it. It's not like school where you leave it at the office or anything. You will have your medication. I just trust that you will use it. If you think there's a problem with that, you need to tell one of us. So like I had a girl who they were worried would forget to take some medications and it would change who she was, right? So they made sure I knew she was going to take the medicine this time and this time. And then I'm happy to check on it. But I'm not going to be handing out meds at breakfast or anything. All right, so that's that. Okay, turning the page. We got more stuff to take. Ooh, trash bag. That's for wet clothes. Okay, and your clothes are going to get mildewy. We're going to be walking through humidity. And you will have, at the end of the day, after you wear something twice, it is going to smell. So if you put that directly into your suitcase, all your clothes are going to smell. So you want to have a trash bag. So you're like, I wore this, put it in here, tie it shut, put it in the suitcase. Then the next time, add to that one. When you get home, all your dirty clothes are together. You don't open them in the living room. You take them straight to the laundry room, and then you can wash. All right, that 3 bottles of water in a Ziploc is a must. I like when we land in San Jose that you could open up your suitcase right then and grab out of water. Okay, you do not want to be thirsty on this trip. You do not want to dehydrate on this trip. And water in other places. We're just going to buy. One thing I like to do is I like to buy. They have big bottles when you get to Costa Rica. They have big bottles that are like our little bottles, but they're bigger and they have like the spout thing on the top. So you can buy like 2 of those, and then you buy like a big, huge thing of water, and then you just refill it with that water. And so you have it. I don't take a nice water bottle. EF suggests that you do. I say leave that at home. You don't want your water bottle to smell and be gross with water. Okay. But it's up to you. If you want to carry your HydroFlex everywhere in Costa Rica, you're more than welcome to do that. But these 3 bottles, they fit right into a zip. It's like the kind I sell in the refrigerator, right? So let me see if there's water in there. Like 3 little bottles in a gallon Ziploc in your checked luggage. Yeah. Thank you, Ben. I've never had them explode or anything like that. So it's all good in a Ziploc. Febreze. Yeah, it's a nice thing. You walk into your hotel room and it may smell. And so you Febreze the whole place. So if everybody brings a little Febreze, you will be super happy. Because it's kind of hard to explain it. Sometimes the hotels will have windows with like screens on them, like bugs can come in and out type screens, right? So all that smell comes in. You might get in your bed and it might be, I'm just telling you this so that you don't have higher expectations, okay? The sheets may feel a little bit wet when you get in them sometimes. And so you want to have Febreze so at least it smells good, right? If nothing else. Okay? Yeah.
Actually, why don't you do this meeting after we've all
After it's all signed up and paid for, and this is what really happens on this trip. If you need Dramamine, we will be on roads in a bus that go like this, okay? So if you need Dramamine for that, if you are a Dramamine person for the airline, and if you've never done Dramamine before, but you know you get car sick, then you should actually practice somehow. I'm not sure how, maybe half a pill instead of a full pill. Because if a full one makes you sleep for the next 7 hours, then you miss out on everything. And so I'm so not telling you to do drugs or anything, but if you want to take a drive up in the mountain and see if it works, then you throw up here before you get there, and then if it works. All right, money. ATM card, only in San Jose. Make sure you call your bank and let them know, okay? That I had a hard time finding ATM machines throughout Costa Rica. So you will either use a credit card or you will have enough colones to be able to afford stuff until we get to another place where you might find one. So you should find out things like this. How much does your bank allow you to take out in a day without stopping you? Okay. And 2, you need to let your bank know that you're going to be using the ATM. And 3, you need to make sure you know the PIN number. Okay. Because if you don't know the PIN number, the ATM card will do nothing for you. So ATM, credit card, debit card, and or prepaid Visa are fine also, but not like a Visa gift card. Those ones don't work. You want a pouch for storing your money and passport. I put my passport in a sandwich size Ziploc because it's going to get like humid. So the pages of the passport start going like this. And so you want to have it in a Ziploc bag, and then you can put it in your fanny pack or something underneath your pants. You don't have to put it underneath your shirt, but it really keeps it safe and it keeps it from getting caught on a branch or something as we're walking. So I highly suggest that. That's Walmart, Target, those type of places. I'm thinking probably $250 is probably a good amount. I think on here I put 3 different amounts because I make it up all the time. So it depends on how much you want to shop. It depends on how many snacks you're going to eat. It depends on how much water you want to buy. Probably between 100 and 350, but it's very cheap in Costa Rica. So it's my thought is it's better to come back with some money than not to have enough there. But there's been plenty of trips where students are calling home and like, can you put another $75 in my bank? So make sure you've talked about that with your family so that if they say, no, that's the amount you get, do not call, that you realize I need to figure out when I'm going to spend this money. Okay. And then $10 for rafting adventures. Usually I can like weasel them down to like almost nothing. And if that happens, then I'll just buy it. But if not, the cost for rafting, but they are so good. They're in canoes or kayaks taking pictures of us from the side. They're running along the side. They know where all the big, huge waves are. And so as you're going through it, you just hope someone falls out just because it's fun to watch people fall out of a raft. But truly, you cannot throw me out of the raft because I don't like to get wet. Don't forget that, people. Okay. Electronics, alarm clock. Okay, so when you look at your cords, you'll see most of the time you'll have a fat one on this side and a skinnier one on this side. Okay, I have forgotten to bring mine, and so I take a metal nail filer, and I just file down the big one, and it works. I don't even know. I don't get it. But this is the size it actually has to be, okay? Has to be 2 skinny ones, not a fat one and a skinny one. If whatever you're bringing has a fat one and a skinny one, then you need to get an adapter.
So you don't need the adapter like for staying.
No, you do not. You do not. Because, yeah, they have the same 150, 110 as us. The electricity's fine. It's not going to burn anything to pieces, which is really nice. It's just the shape going into the wall. So you would get, if you don't have that, like I'm bringing my hair straightener. That's a joke because we're going to be in humidity. But you're like, that won't fit in the wall. So I need a little thing that changes the shape. That's what you're looking for, an adapter. And if you think you're going to end up loving to travel, you can buy what he was just saying. They have little adapters that come and they have like, pull this down if you're in Australia, push this up here if you're in Europe, and they're like $10. So if you want to do that, that's a great purchase for you. And if I find any, did I send that out to you guys online? Did I find any yet? Because I like to look for stuff like that. Okay. I had someone who's sitting in this room say to me, I'm thinking about buying a new camera. And I'm like, oh, cool. But I don't know if I want to bring it. And I'm like, oh, this is the time. Okay. This is the time. You're like, I don't want to carry around the lens that that gets really close. This is that trip. Okay. Because if you've got from here to Mr. Bloom's room and there is a sloth, I heard it. Thank you, sloth. If there's a sloth hanging and you want to get a really good picture across this river over to that side and you can zoom in, you're going to be so glad you brought your camera. And what you want to do is just bring, like if you have a long lens and a short lens and the camera, you want to put the lenses in one Ziploc bag and the camera in another, okay, so that the water doesn't get on it when it starts to rain anytime you put it away. And then you have to worry a little bit about the humidity, but I know how to do that. So if you want to bring a nice camera, this is the trip to bring it on. Otherwise, if you have an iPhone and your Samsung and all that, those cameras have great cameras these days. So that may be enough for you. And then you don't need to worry about it. But if you're debating, should I take it? Should I not? I'm saying go for it and take it. And then something to listen to music. Okay. Because a lot of people like to listen to music. Not that I want you to listen to music when you're on a tour, but if you're in the bus and you want to listen to music while you're looking out the windows of this bus, passing the most amazing beauty that you'll ever see. Costa Rica is gorgeous. You guys have picked a great trip. This is a great one. It's kind of fun to be listening to your favorite songs while you're going through. It just makes a nice memory for you. You gotta have your passport. And I think everyone but 3, is that what we said?
Yeah.
3 people is all we're down to. And you need to make sure that you put it on. I have just emailed everyone who did not have it online. I did that 2 nights ago. So if that's you, make sure that you get that done because there's some things like they can't, like they may be waiting for those passport numbers to get on there before they purchase our tickets. So that could be stopping us. So it'd be nice if you are that person to get that done. All right, so let me see here. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm going to do the COVID stuff later. So bless you. A list of important phone numbers is good to have either on your phone or handwritten out in case you need to get a hold of somebody that you didn't know you need to get a hold of. And you can't remember your parents' phone number because it's like 2, press 2, and you lost your phone. So now you don't even know how to call your parent. So that would be something to do. And there's these things called postcards, and they're really cool. You write your address on them, you put a stamp on them, you put them in this box, and they go through the mail. So if you want to do that, you'll need addresses. Now, if you forget the addresses, you can just send them to your own house and then deliver them. And we will probably be back from our trip before those get here. But it's kind of cool to have a stamp from Costa Rica on a postcard. Good, I talked about that. All right, so before this trip, I will be on another trip, and that's when all your backpacks will arrive. And most likely, I'm going to have 2 days between these trips. So I will tell you a time, and you got to get to my house to get the backpacks. Okay? You do not have to bring the backpacks if you don't want to, but you can bring them and use them, or you can bring your own waterproof backpack. Waterproof it should be, right? Even if you spray stuff on it, try to make it waterproof. It's a really good idea. So I thought as a group, we could kind of make some decisions here right now. In the past, we have taken our backpack and filled it with like school supplies, hair ties, little cars, not bubbles, not glue, but glue sticks, yes, but not like the glue. And then we have taken it when we go to the school, and then we have given away the backpacks. You can put like a pair of socks in it. You can put stickers in it. You can put a little mini football, a little soccer ball in it. You can put anything in it you want. And I think I told you guys the last time that there's a lady whose business used to fund us for that stuff, but she passed away of cancer this year. So I don't have her connection anymore. So if we want to do that, that would mean each of you would do that. You would put a spiral notebook in there. You could put some crayons in there. You could put colored pencils in there. A little scissors that's not pointy, right? Think like first grade. Like you don't want kids running around pointy scissors. A little pencil sharpener. So if you guys will you turn and talk real quick? Is that something you think you want to do? Turn and talk. Go.
Yes.
He told. So are you saying to fill up that backpack and then put that backpack in their luggage and then take it to the pool?
So
Could you like wear it on your sleeve?
you could wear it on the plane, but you can only bring one thing on the plane. So it'd have to be that with everything else in it that you need. So I think I heard everybody saying yes, but not everyone would have to do it. But I think it's kind of cool. And if we decide we'll do it, I'll put together a list of things I think that you should think about putting in it. And then everybody can be different. And then I'll buy some markers that you can write on the outside of them. And so we can sit with the kids and decorate them, and they can write their name, and you can write your name, and you put USA, and they put Costa Rica, and we have this great moment, and we leave backpacks behind. Okay. Yes.
Like if you're gonna do school supplies, do they have to be brand new and purchased, or can we plastic that we have at home?
Yes. I think collect what we have at home. I think that's fine. Yes. Balloons are good, right? Balloons, things like that can be used and then they go away. So here's what I'll do. I'll put out the list and then you guys can make decisions for yourself. Yeah.
I think she asked up here and I didn't get the answer. Is this a backpack that you're put together and put in your travel suitcase and once you get there, you'll take it out? So
Exactly.
It's not going to be the carry-on.
It's not your carry-on, especially if it has scissors. So here's the great thing about that. You put that in your backpack, it takes up space, right? And you're like, this gonna go, we only have a suitcase this tall. And I'm like, yes, that is true. And as soon as you take that out, you can fill it with new stuff. See how it works? See how it works? You're like, oh, there's a cute dress. I'll buy that for $4 and put that in my suitcase instead of that backpack. And once we do that, what we'll do is when we arrive, then we'll put all those backpacks, because we have the bus for the whole time. So we'll find a place underneath the bus and we'll just put all those suitcases so you don't have to carry it back and forth or anything like that. It'll just go on the bus and then it'll be stored well. Okay. And we'll have it to give to little kids. And if you choose not to do that, you are not a bad person. And we'll just have one less backpack and that will totally be okay. If you are like a soccer player and you have like old United or Rush jerseys that you use that you'll never use again, or if you have goalie gloves, or if you have a pair of cleats and you want to get rid of those too, I would say if we have, does anybody have any like group that you could ask for a lot of balls? Like soccer balls? You deflate them.
Oh.
Yep. She's a hockey mom. She doesn't understand soccer.
And
And then it's no one has a group, like no one still belongs to that kind of group. Does anyone have any in their garage? Right? I know I have a couple. Okay, if you have that, what I would say is if you want to bring those, then you would bring, if you could purchase a pump for them too, and then we could just leave it there with them too. So, yeah. So if you think of anything that you could leave with little kids, that is a fun thing to do. All right. Yeah. Gosh.
Well, you kind of said
Earlier.
in passing, you were talking about the backpacks, like your waterproof backpacks. Like that was a comment you made. Like, is that in lieu of the poncho, or are you saying like you?
No, I would have a poncho and I would make it waterproof. Yeah. And that you can buy those sprays, right? Am I right by that?
Yeah.
Like you just spray it on there. Yeah, I would definitely waterproof my backpack.
How big are those?
They are about the size of like say fourth graders backpack. That's why you don't want it. Like I know you'd be like, oh my God, I paid for that. Yeah, you'll never use it. Yeah.
You said we're gonna pick up backpacks at your house, so.
Yes, because they'll mail them to me. No, I have zero clue when that is. But my family will be home, so when I know, then I'll. Yeah, right. So if you won't be home, you'll have to figure out someone to come pick yours up. Yeah. And so either it can be a neighbor or someone that is on the trip can get it and drop it at your house. And maybe just let me know if that doesn't work. Yeah. And if not, then just know that the day before you should come get it for sure. Because that would be nice. Okay. You'll be out of the country, where are you going?
So I'm trying to figure out.
When do you leave? So you'll be gone for like do that. It'll be while you're gone.
I'll get it.
So there we go. See, right there. She's got you. She's getting a lot of stuff for people. What are you getting from the last one? Oh, you're bringing someone to there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Yes, and let me just talk about the airport too, because I didn't, in my mind, we had one more meeting. This is my mind. So when you get people to the airport, when you drop them off, here's my dream parent. Drives up, gets out, bye, have so much fun, gets back in their car and leaves. Okay. Here's my nightmare parent that I still love, in case it's you, still love you. Park the car at short-term parking and walks to get in, which is totally fine. I know that you want to say goodbye. It doesn't bother me. But then you start trying to talk to me. And this is like my job when I get to the airport. I am a different human being at the airport. Like, I will not be nice to you actually until we get on the plane, because I have too much going through my mind. And this time even more so. I got to make sure everybody's COVID everything, right? I got to make sure everybody's got their passports. Oh, you forgot it? Oh, then your parent has to drive home so fast and drive back so fast. And so, okay, now we've got it. Oh, it was in my checked luggage. Oh my God, United, find that piece of luggage. There's a passport in it. It's not fun. And then we get through customs. We get to the gate. I'm almost okay. I'm almost normal at that point. And then we get on the plane. I count. We're all here. Now I'm a nice uncle. Now I'm like that fun one you want to hang out with. You're like, I wish she was sitting by me. And says no one ever, but we can pretend. We can pretend. But the parent that's going to come in, truly, I don't care. It's very nice. I like to make fun of it. But please don't walk us all the way to security. Please just say, oh, look, let's take a group picture. Okay, bye. And then leave. Okay. I mean that with all the love in my heart. Okay. All right. So anything else about that is on the list. Okay, so that travel. Okay, so in your EF backpack that you're not bringing, but that size backpack, you want your passport, you want your money for traveling. I suggest $20 because we'll probably end up stopping in either Miami or in like Dallas before we go to Costa Rica. And you probably will want something to eat because every kid wants something to eat when you get off a plane, right? Everyone wants the ice thing at the circus. So you'll get off, and sometimes you'll have a credit card. You're ready to go. It's fine, credit card. And sometimes you're like, oh, I only have colones. And you're like, oh, I'm screwed. I'm so hungry. I want that hamburger. And then you guys all start borrowing money from each other. Okay. I just highly recommend that you don't borrow money from each other, because it's crazy when you get to the end. You're like, okay, you owe me $14.25 and you owe me $8. And remember, you ate that ice cream of mine. You owe me $2.50. And so best is just everybody is in charge of everybody's own money. Okay. Return your lines.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
My eyes are old.
Thank you. I appreciate your old lies. And then all your money. Hi.
Oh, we look.
All your money should be on there. Okay. You don't put any money in your send it through suitcase. All your money is in your backpack at all times. And then your airline ticket. When you wash your hands in the bathroom at the airport, you put it between your legs so you can do this, so you don't forget that it's there. Don't set it down. Don't do any of that. Okay. Toothbrush, toothpaste, hairbrush, all that. Change of clothes. These are things that you could put in your backpack. I don't take a change of clothes in my backpack. I think that's crazy, but a lot of people do. And I put it on here every time, but I never really have done that. And I don't take anything that goes in the quart size, but if you're going to carry, anything on like you bring in on your what's it called? Costa, your toothpaste, your deodorant. I don't know what you would bring, your lip gloss. I'm not sure, but anything that goes in the quart size bag, make sure you do that, right? You pull it out, and you guys know hopefully how to travel. If you don't, when we hear what airline we're going on, I'll send a link for you to read like what can go in it. Okay. Masks should go in there. Any valuables that you have should be on your backpack. Your camera should be there, and your medication. Okay. Here's some ideas of souvenirs and their costs. So that could just show you things that you could buy. I think we talked about it last time, but I'll just remind you: don't buy something you could buy online, right? Buy something that could have a story. Okay, so that that Costa Rica coffee bag up there. Okay. Totally got that for free. This lady tried to take it from me. And I'm like, no, I got that for free. She's like, I was going to buy it. I'm like, well, I got it for free. Because I speak Spanish. Okay, so I didn't say that. But her and I fought over that bag and I totally won. And now it's in my classroom. I don't know where it would be in her house, but that is my coffee bag, period. Okay. So those are kind of fun stories to have. And if you have them all around you, when you turn, I go, oh, I tell my classes, Tres Tortugas. Everybody looks over. I'm like, yeah, I remember buying that on the beach in Costa Rica. And everybody else just sees 3 turtles. And I'm like, oh my God, I remember the little kid I bought it from and stuff. So it just gives you talking points for people. I don't see anything else around here right now that I want to talk about. Oh, the Walmart bag. That's definitely from Costa Rica. Yo quiero un mundo mejor. Yeah. Good. Okay, so that will be, we'll call that good for talking list. I'm going to send this out digitally too, but this is good because you can mark it off as you go. Okay, that's good. All right.
Well, we need to go walk trip, go over there.
You know, you can send them away. It's really nice if we're at a hotel for at least 2 nights. You can actually pay a family to do your laundry. That's nice because it helps them out and it helps you out. But I always plan to not do that. But there is, if you want to wash your clothes in the sink, right? You can bring like Woolite or different, like they have those things that look like paper now that are like soap for clothes. So cool. But here's the thing. They probably won't dry, right? So I think count on wearing a couple things a couple times. And once we smell, we all smell, right? We won't notice the smell. Like we won't be like, oh my God, you smell. Because you smell great. Yeah. The showering, good question. Almost every shower will include a gecko. You'll probably name him. It'll be they're usually hymns. I don't know why geckos are, because it's not gecko, I guess, it's gecko. And the it will be C and F on your dial. Caliente and frio. So make sure C is not for cold, right? That's caliente. You will probably run out of warm water. So some of you, there'll be 4 of you in a room. 2 of you will probably want to shower at one time. Like not true. Like 2 of you in the morning and like 2 of you in the night is what I meant to say. Do over, okay? So and they are showers attached, and a lot of times they have a lot of wires around them. And so you're like, oh, I'm going to electrocute myself while showering in Costa Rica. What a story. What a story. And usually that water is because somehow they have those like heat on demand type things that don't really work for them, but they'll have that. I don't know. If you feel weird about it, ask me, but I'll probably say, just do it. Okay? Just get in. They don't bring you towels like they do in the hotels here. So when you're done with your towel, put it on something, preferably not something wood, because that ruins their wood. So you just look for some place like a tile is a good place to hang your towels. And it's similar to Europe in that it's going to go everywhere. Not all the time does it have something that stops it from going out. So your whole bathroom is your shower. So if it has a drape thing, what's that called? A curtain, that's nice, but it probably still is going to go out like this. So you don't want to put your clothes on the floor before you shower, and you want to know that it's probably going to go out underneath your door a little ways. And so you don't want anyone else to get their stuff wet. And then the word, does anybody remember this from last time? Bomba. It does mean bomb. And what do you use it for? Your toilet. If it gets stuck, don't come to me. Don't be like, I can't get my stuff down the toilet. I'll be like, go tell them you need a bomba, because then you can clear your own toilet out. And I will not lie. This is the worst trip for guys. They will wait till some girl unexpectedly forgot to shut their hotel door, and they will go in there and poop and then leave. And then you're like, you go in and there's a big poop in your toilet. You're like, oh my God. And then some guy somewhere is laughing hysterically, and you're like, they're like, you get the bomba. All right. And I would not tell you that story if it was not true. Okay. So You want to pull your door shut, right? Sometimes they get stuck. You know how in your house, when your house settles, you kind of have to lift your door a little bit sometimes to make it. You want to make sure your door is closed, not just for our guy. One girl thought she got locked in her room, so she crawled out the window, and the whole frame came out, and she just fell all over the place. So and that's why they can charge us anything they want. So you don't want that to happen. And I'm taking an adult trip this summer, and the girl who traveled with me in 1996 is going. She's now however old she is now, and and right in the middle of our meeting, she turned and this girl said to her, "Don't get up on the sink," because she was like in high school. She was like, I don't know, 5'2". She's probably like 5'1" now. I swear she looks shorter, but she tried to see in the mirror and she couldn't, so she crawled up on the sink, just broke the whole sink. Right? It's like, oh my god. So they can charge us anything that they want to do. So, but you can't like carry a bed from one room into another room. Okay. No bed carrying anywhere, no mattress carrying. Everything stays, because I could tell it would be you. I could tell.
Why would it be?
Because I don't know who it would be. No, I don't know. All right, so that is only the packing list. Okay, so here we go. All right, souvenir ideas were here and on the back, so that was nice of me. But just remember, not every friend needs a gift. Your friends don't care that you're going to Costa Rica. They're actually probably jealous. They actually are hoping that you will contact them at Chipotle while you are in Costa Rica. And you're like, no, I'm going to be in Costa Rica. You be at Chipotle. And what's the other one called that serves the hot dog things? Sonic hot dogs. And then maybe you want to start collecting something. If this is your first time out of the States, or if this is like your third time or whatever, find something to collect, right? Like collect postcards, don't bring back sand because we can get in trouble for that. But don't bring back rocks. Like those can't be, you can't even buy them somewhere and say, but I bought them. They'll be like, no, you can't. But you could buy like earrings, or you could buy stickers for your water bottles or your computers, like that kind of stuff. So think about things that you could buy thumb. Remember when people used to buy the things that you put on your thumb for knitting and stuff? What are they called? Thimbles. Yeah, you can start buying thimbles everywhere. All right, safety. Don't give out your number to any monkeys or people that we don't know. Pickpockets, I told you, are only in a couple places. Hotel rooms don't shut doors. Passports and money are on you at all times. You need to not be drinking and doing stupid things because I need you sharp. I need you that if something happened, I could tell you to do something and you could do it without trying to think about something. Like, I think it's this Gunkle's talking to me. I need you to be sharp and aware of your surroundings. We're going to be in an area where touching a tree could be poisonous and we're headed to the hospital. Okay. So you've got to be listening. You can't do I have my AirPod in. I can hear the teacher too. And you're really not listening to the teacher. You have to be listening to our guide. You need to be knowing what to look at. You need to know that bug I don't touch. You shouldn't touch any bugs. But this one, my tour guide's handing me. Oh, how cool. This centipede that's like the size of my arm. That will be cool. To enjoy being on a trip, don't post. I really want you to think in your head about not posting something every couple seconds. Okay. Maybe you do one post a day, and then when you get back, you post more. Okay. But if all you're going to do is the same thing you do here, you're going to miss out on stuff. You're going to all be on your phones. And that makes the trip really boring for me too, because that means we're not having conversation because you're so worried about everybody knowing, look at me, I'm standing by a tree that pokes me if I touch it. Okay, that's cool. Take that picture, but you don't have to send it till a lot later. Like it on your own phone and be like, that's when I'll send later. Just post a couple things, one thing maybe a day. And you can decide that. You can be totally against that, but I'm just saying. I have zero tolerance for drugs. That's one where you just come immediately home. We don't go, oh no, try again. Nope, we don't do that, okay? And that alcohol policy. Remember, if you're allowing your son or daughter at ages 18, 19, or 20 to have a drink at a meal, you have to let me know. Yeah. Okay, I'm only on page 2. All things COVID. You've got to have a negative COVID test to get on the plane. You can get those negative COVID tests by doing an at-home COVID test. I think it's crazy. Okay, personally, if one person gets one, 7 people take a picture of it and we call it good, like, it just seems crazy to me. And when I said that to them, they were like, well, we expect you to have integrity. I'm like, well, I do too. But if you were going to go to Costa Rica and you probably had a positive that you think is not really true and you can't, there's no more time to take one, people resort to crazy things. I'm not telling you to resort to crazy things. I'm just saying, if you go to a place that has to report it to the government, you're stuck with whatever that says, okay? If you do it on the free at home ones, you could take more than one and make the decision at that point. The goal is, though, to not take people with COVID to a trip and then they infect people, and then we're all stuck in Costa Rica for an extra 10 days, which, by the way, wouldn't be the worst thing, but a lot of you have other things planned for your summer and stuff like that. Yeah.
And what's the timing on that? That need to be
24 hours before we get on the plane. Mhm. If you do an antigen, okay, I've never tested for COVID, so I don't really know what I'm saying, but bear with me. If you do an antigen test at another facility, your doctor's office would be your lesson, Walmart, wherever all you do that, then that can be up to 72 hours ahead of time. But once you do that, if it says that you have COVID, then you are not coming on the trip. So just be mindful about what you decide to do. You have to have your vaccination. Yeah. Take a picture. That's all I can say because I don't get it. I just don't, if we're really doing that, I just don't know. Okay. So
I'll take one picture.
I know, I'm like, I'll just put it on WhatsApp. If you guys just turn it a different direction and take a picture, it just,
I mean, I would.
I know. No, I would never do that. If you get one, give it to me. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Right.
No, I don't understand that. And coming, okay, so that, okay, 2, you have to have your vaccination card with you on tour. Okay, you should also have a picture of it on your phone. And then last meeting, they said that if you get onto My Colorado, it has it on there along with your driver's license. Oh, did I tell you, you don't need a driver's license, right? Because you won't be renting anything to drive, and you don't need it going through security because you have your passport. So you can leave your driver's license at home. All right. When we're leaving the USA, you have to have the negative COVID tests to do this. That's not a Costa Rica rule. That was one set by EF. Okay.
So is that going to count as the same as your?
Yep, that is the rule.
Okay, so
Yep.
those 2 count.
Because Costa Rica doesn't have any rule of us coming in with COVID, but I can't imagine they want us to. Okay, so, but before leaving Costa Rica to fly back home, we have to complete some paperwork provided by the airline, and we have to test negative, okay? That test is usually $65 because that's what it is. And so EF tours will come to our hotel and test us there, or we'll go to one specific place and test us there. But remember, if someone tests positive, they pay for the hotel, they pay for the food, they change your airline, you're totally taken care of. If you need your parent to come, they'll fly your parent down, like family vacation, I hear it happening. Yeah.
Is that
Do they pack their own?
Well, I am going to take, thank you. I'm going to take my own home ones, but as of right now, the United States is not doing it. And I think when the lady said it last period, I got online. I think they're doing if you do an at-home one, you still have to have the doctor online and to prove it, and you have to write your name on something at that point because the United States seems to care more about that than any other country right now, which is to keep it safe. It has not been paid. So that's going to either be on a credit card or in American dollars, or I'm sure they would take colones too. So that will be like, when we travel to a lot of countries, sometimes students put a certain amount of money in each envelope for each country. So they don't like spend all their money in Italy and then they don't have any by the time we get to Spain. So that would, in my mind, that would be like an envelope you put that just says test. Don't put COVID because that could stop us, right? Just like test. And then you put that in your backpack and you keep it with you. And then you have it for when we need it. Hopefully, the reason I did not collect that money was because I'm hoping it doesn't happen, right? I'm hoping that by the time July comes around and they've had people in and out of the country and numbers stay the same, that they're going to just be like, whatever, come on in, right? That's what my hope. It may never return to that, who knows. In your luggage, put a copy of the flight hotel itinerary that I will be sending you. This is the new thing. They are now asking for 3 to 4 hours early to the airport because you got to get through customs. And with a group this size, what I normally do is try to get like 2 people at the airline counter to just check us in. So we don't have to stand in the line with everybody. So I try to work that deal with them. But then you never know. You get there and you're like, oh my God, my passport's on my dresser. And then there's still enough time for parent to run home and run back and we don't miss a flight. And I know everyone wants to think that that will not happen, but this happens too. Oh my God, but I put my passport in my checked luggage. And then you're like, it's underneath DIA. And we're like trying to locate the suitcase with the passport. So when you get to the airline counter, do not check in. I don't care if you've traveled 100 times with United or whatever. Do not check in. You're going to get the luggage tag from these ladies, or they'll give them to me, and then you're going to hand them out. And then that's how we'll take attendance. So if you check in and I don't know that, then I won't know, and I'll still be waiting for you, and I'll miss the flight. So please don't do that because I'm not leaving till last man standing, right? I'm out of there. When there's 4, 5, 6 of you together, then I'll say, okay, head on out. You go through security, and I'll meet you at the gate. That's when you grab your Einsteins and you head to the gate. If you don't want to do that, you can totally wait and go with Mrs. Ford and myself. Not a problem. But you can also just know that truly, as soon as we leave this school, in my mind, you guys are adults, young adults, and I will give you all that leeway. Please don't ruin it, okay? That makes me very nervous for that back corner. Okay, no, just kidding. Watch for daily emails from me because it will start happening. And I won't be because I will be in Europe, so I will be sending a lot of stuff from Europe. So I'll probably have weird times on them. So be watching for that. If you don't get emails from me already, then you should let me know. We should get your name on the emails. If you're not getting WhatsApp notifications, I have the group for parents and I have the group for travelers. Will you make sure that you have that done before you leave here today? Okay. You're allowed 1 carry-on or 1 checked, one of those, and the purse and backpack.
Maybe a large one.
A large suitcase, it cannot be. It has to be, nope. It has to be that medium. Okay. Because otherwise, when we try to put it on our bus, it won't fit. And then we don't have any seats for it to fit on.
Medium.
Medium is the size we want. Okay. That's the right here. This one. And wheels are nice, but we're going to be going through the jungle. So you'll be carrying it on little logs. It'll be so cool. You guys have I have a different, who else has been to Costa Rica? Anybody? So you guys know, this is like awesome trip. And so I have an excitement that's different than the people who haven't gone. You guys are excited for a trip. I know what you're going to see and do, and it's going to be amazing. So here I did it again. Check-in counter. Check in as a group, check in with Mrs. Ford. I'll be at the counter helping you, 4 to 6 people. And you have to be serious going through all the customs, okay? All the security. You can't be like, did you hide the drugs? That won't be funny. Like, you'll be like, oh, that's hysterical. I can't believe you said that in security. And I will be like, you will never travel with me again, and I'm leaving you somewhere in a remote area where no one will find you. Because if one person gets in trouble, we all get in trouble, and it slows us down 100%, and then we miss the flights we need to be on, and then that really sucks. So super be serious. All right, we will be on boats. So again, back to the Dramamine. We have our own bus, so it's kind of like our own locker. You cannot rent any motorized vehicle. You can't rent a jet ski. You can't get a hoverboard. You can't get what are those things called? Segway. They're so much fun. Do it on another trip, not on mine. And no hitchhiking. Okay. Oh, and it says transportation in Europe. Just cross out Europe, but Costa Rica. Totally missed that. And I told the last group, when I was really young traveling with students, we ran out of money, and I'm like, just jump in the back of that guy's truck, and we went everywhere. It was so easy, but we don't do that anymore. It's not the 1980s anymore, so we do good stuff. And I talked about hotels because I got off task. Girls for sure will sleep 2 to a bed. Sometimes the guys, because guys are just weird and different, will have single beds all in your room. Because yeah, that will happen. Wi-Fi might be available in the like lobby area, but not in your rooms for the most part, right? But that's good because I don't want you hanging out in your room. I don't even really want you on Wi-Fi, but if it will be available at some places. All right. Oh my gosh. The next one, pulley door shut. No boys and girls room. No girls and boys rooms. Keep your suitcases and backpacks zipped shut. So no insectos or animalitos don't get into your suitcase. Okay. The worst thing is to get to the next hotel, you open up and a big tarantula's in there. So you do not want a tarantula, and don't use the hotel phones. Yeah, tarantula.
Just, I was gonna say, due to the critters, do you not suggest snacks? To bring snacks on this?
In a Ziploc bag, great idea.
Okay.
And I'm glad you said that because I just thought of bug spray. Oh my God, bug spray. Was that on the other list?
Yeah.
Okay, it is imperative that you have bug spray. I have this little back scratcher somewhere, and I usually buy one for the person who gets the most bug bites in one day. Okay, because when we're in Tortuguero, which is on the East Coast, the bugs are horrible. So there's a couple of things. One, you can put briar sheets in your pockets. That seems to help. Two, you can buy bug spray here. It's way cheaper, but you have to make sure that it says that it will work in Costa Rica. Otherwise, that is bug spray meant for the Rocky Mountains, right? That's for Californian mountains. And so you need to make sure that somewhere on there, you know that it is bug spray from there. If not, if I find mine, I will send it out. If not, you'll buy it there. It will probably cost you $12 for a little bottle of it. Totally worth it because you do. Anybody get bit a lot anyway? Okay, I'm going to take a guess that you're going to get bit the most. You're going to get bit the most and you're going to move a bed to another room. I'm already calling it. So, and that means like on your earlobes, on up your pants, everywhere possible. Spray your pants. And it's only really for like 2.5 days that it's bad. And then we leave that area and it's not bad anymore. But you want it when you're there. So yes to snacks, absolutely to snacks. I suggest things like trail mix, anything with a lot of protein bars that won't melt, and trail mix and little, fruit snacks, even though they melt, they're still good melted. So that's good. Make sure you've got your app on. Spending money right there. I tell you, I keep making up spending money prices. $50. Before I said 20, but 50 is also nice. And yeah, if you want to check with the international phone plan, great. I will be on my email nightly. We're pretty much the same time zone. So I think we're going to be, bless you, we will be 1 hour ahead of Colorado. So pretty much at like 1 in the morning, I'll be online. So if there's anything that you need from me, that's probably the best time if you need to correspond. Or if you want to WhatsApp me, always WhatsApp me. Good. Here's an awesome video to watch on Chatty Matters. I put it there because since I ran that, I can put anything on there I want. It is a great get you excited for traveling type video. All meals are included in this trip, so that's kind of nice that you don't have to plan for that. So lunches or typical breakfast is a buffet usually. Black beans, rice, cheese, meat, cereal, yogurt, granola, all different kinds of juices, ones you've never seen before, in a restaurant that has no walls to it because it's so beautiful out with monkeys running all around us while we're trying to eat. Yeah.
I just want to know, like, this is kind of a while back that you said, but there's not going to be like much service, like in areas.
Yeah.
So what's the plan of action if we need to contact you? Like, if we're in
This trip, you'll be with me.
Okay.
Yeah, the only time you really won't be with me is maybe at the beach, that beach day, because I won't like make you stay with me for that. And so that day, you would just need to know where the hotel is and hope for the best. That probably doesn't sound very good, does it? I will be walking all around the beach, and so if anything were to happen, I think someone could easily find me. We're all, oh, I didn't tell you, I'm with Dunkel shirts, and we're all wearing that. Would that not be so funny though? Come on. I think that's awesome. No, your point is valid, but a lot of the things it will be very much walking through the jungle, and you won't get lost because we'll be in like a line walking through the jungle, and then we'll be on boats, so you won't get lost there. And like our hotel will be in the middle of the jungle. There's nowhere to go except like the pool, so that'll be okay too. And I'll always make sure you know what room I'm in, so you can come by at any time. I love to stay up late. On a normal night here at Chatfield, I sleep from 1 a.m. to 5. That's it. And so I have students texting me all night long. Like tonight, I probably won't get to bed till midnight because we have to make sure the charge report's ready to go and all of that for announcements tomorrow. And so I just don't sleep. It's whatever. So I don't think that will be a problem. So good deal. Lunches at a restaurant or a sack lunch. Sometimes we're on the bus, so that would be a sack lunch, and that'll be a fruit that you probably don't even know if you should peel it or just eat it. You'll be like, how do we eat this fruit? And I'm like, I don't know. Let's ask the guy because I've never seen it either. And we'll pull up into a restaurant, and this is true for lunches that we eat in restaurants and dinners. There's like a meal already preset for us. So if you have told that you are gluten-free or you are vegetarian, then you will have a different meal than everyone else. But everyone else, you don't get to be at the third meal and be like, oh, I didn't tell you I'm vegetarian. Because that's not true. You just want to be vegetarian. You can't do that. You have to decide before we leave. Are you vegetarian? Are you diabetic? Do you not eat gluten? Like, what's your issue? And then that's it. No one gets to change. You'd be like, I've decided. What's something else? I only eat. What's something else that people do? Cheetos? Oh, keto. I think I said Cheetos. Sorry. Keto. Yes, keto. Right. Okay. Food portions are smaller, but don't throw away your food. If you're like, I only want this much chicken, I can guarantee you someone else wants the rest of your chicken. Okay. So you just cut it off, the part that you like put your fork on, and we just pass it to the person who wants to keep eating. Okay. Please, please, please do not be hungry on this trip. If you are hungry, please let me know and we will figure something out. Okay. Table water and juice, you're not going to get sick from their water that they serve at meals. Okay. But other than that, I would do the bottled water. So table water and juice are included. And then other beverages are additional cost. Right? Bottled water is available for purchase, but a reused one is, okay, done with that. Be on time to the airport, the bus, the meals, the meetings. We do not want to get behind because your roommates did not wake you up and you did not wake up. Okay. We do not want to get behind. If you miss breakfast, you miss breakfast. I'm not going to like put together a little goodie bag for you and be like, here, sweetie, you slept in. Okay, here's something for you. So you will be hungry and there's not going to be any stores to run into and get food. Okay? Be on time to the airport, bus meals, meetings, because when we get there, we'll have a meeting that night. And that'll be an amazing night at the hotel there. Hopefully it's the hotel I like. Because right around the corner are these crepes with ice cream. So good. But remember, things like that I won't tell you about till I have mine. And then I'll be like, oh, you guys, I didn't tell you. Right around here. It's really good. Ford and I will have already had 2. And you guys will be like, oh, they ran out. Oh, don't know how that happened. So take a guess. How many miles will we be traveling on this trip? And I have an answer. Anybody got a guess? 3,500
On planes?
on planes and bus. I did bus too. Oh my God, where's my sticky? It's a blue sticky. Oh, is it over there? No. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm gonna make it up right now. Then it was right around 5,712, somewhere around there. Is what we're doing. As soon as I find it, I'm going to send it out to you all because I'm totally lying right now. And I just don't know. Oh, divide it in half and then add about 200 miles because we are going to, because we still will be on a bus. So we have to count that part. So, dang it, now that blew that whole great moment. Does anyone have any questions? Yes.
The last time around, the last meeting, there was something about booster shots.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so if you are within 270 days of getting your last shot, that's 9 months. So we're right like towards the end of September, like that area right around there. September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, end of October. Then you do not need to do anything. If you got your last shot, say last March, like not this March, but last March, then you need to get a booster. Okay, because you have to be within 270 days of the last shot. So, good, great question. Thank you for reminding me. Yes. In the airport, yes. Yep, absolutely. Thank you. Arrive at the airport when you're saying goodbye to your parents with a mask on. Or not to. Oh, they just dropped it, so the answer is no.
Like 3 weeks ago, you don't have to wear a mask on the plane anymore. I
Sweet.
don't know about in the airport, but
I don't know about international, so make sure you have one in your backpack in case they want it from like Dallas to Costa Rica. But Costa Rica is not doing it either, so we should be good, you guys. This is good. And this is awesome that this is happening. The timing is awesome, right? The timing is awesome. Yeah.
What's the WhatsApp group deal? I have the app.
Okay, so then you should send me that you joined up.
And just your name or?
Yeah, you can find me online, and then I'll add you to the group. You send me and this thing. That's my nope, that's my husband.
Look at the tag, it's on the tag.
Oh, that's true. So if you send me something, say Costa Rica parent, then I'll add you to the parent WhatsApp. Okay, yeah. Yes, 25 to 27. Yep.
email or is email just trying to get?
I have normally done that. I wonder why I have not set that up yet. Note to myself to get that done. Parent email. Maybe I did it. Maybe for this trip, what I do, because I write enough that did I already ask this? Is anyone going to journal to ask that question? Is anyone going to write down what you do every day? Oh my God, you guys, so sad. Make me so. I would print out a copy of the itinerary, have it in your bag, so that you can at least write, saw the coolest flower ever and took a picture. So you remember where that happened. That's why I do it. So I will send out what happened that day, and I will send that to everybody that is getting emails from me right now. And so you will get an update every day. And don't panic if you don't hear from me. It probably means that we didn't have Wi-Fi. And so you can expect that one the next day. So don't freak out. This one did not have the phone number for EF on it. Yes, it did. So I skipped that part. Right here in the middle of like the second page, if something happens and you can't reach us, like you hear a volcano erupts in Costa Rica and you're like, oh my God, and I can't reach my kid, then you can call EF on their 24/7 number and say, oh, they're there. I don't know what happened. And they will say, oh, we already talked to them. They're fine. There's just no service. And it will be, oh, okay. So keep that number with you. And I use that too. They're so good at communication. Right now, they're so busy. The phone calls, if you try to call and do anything, it's like a 4,000-hour wait. But if you call this number and you push the number you need to push because you're like concerned about something, right? But truly, like things like, I know I said this already, but in emergency, you, the parent, get in a car wreck. They don't need to know, right? They don't need to know that because then they're just going to worry about you and what's happening at home. And then now they ruin this whole trip they've been waiting for. So just be really careful about that. Anything else? Get excited. It's going to be so much fun. I will probably, the next time I will see you will be I'll see you tomorrow at school, but I will see you then at the airport. Like that's where I will see you. And that will be so exciting for you. So please come, be excited. Text me, email me, do whatever if you have questions. Make sure you pay tips. Make sure you got the passports to Ford. And that is what I got. Thank you guys for listening. Take care. Have a great night. Bye.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Hey, Miss Gunkel, real quick.
Yes.
When I tried to go on the EF website and sign
Uh-huh.
off on the COVID thing, it doesn't let me. Is that just not ready yet or something?
Wait, say that one more time.
Okay, you know how there's like a to-do list on there and there's like a
Yes.
to-do list to sign off from the COVID thing, but it won't
Yes.
let me.
So the COVID thing is not going to be available for until 30 days. There's a sample one on there right now, but
Okay.
the one that we have to sign will come out 30 days before our trip. So that will be around probably the 9th or so of June.
Okay, I just keep trying to do that to-do list
I
online.
do too. It kind of confused me. And today I thought we'd have it and it's not there. It says June 9th.
Yeah, I saw. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
You're welcome. Have a great night.
You too. Okay. Bye.
I stop this. Stop recording. Stop recording. Okay. Stop recording.